Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It is Tina Wolf. Bookwithtina.com is my website. I literally just got out of the tub, taking a shower, cleansing, feeling really great. For those of you that do ritualistic bathtubs, bathtub cleanses, and you're used to putting things into your water, okay, you can probably relate to this. I don't have hello, Jamal. I don't really necessarily have a certain way of doing things, but lately, good morning, Coach Lawrence. There's a certain thing that I've been doing to cleanse in my tub lately. So I've added the Brags. I don't know about the other brands. I can only speak for Brags. Brags, whenever I want to cleanse my body, I'll do a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. I take a little bit of basil. Sprinkle a little basil in my water, okay, and then some pink Himalayan salt because I love the sea and I connect with ocean water. So I feel like somebody's like, Tina, why in the heck would you add basil into your water? Well, this is why. Because for one, I want with the apple cider vinegar, I want to cleanse for the day. That's number one, okay? I want to cleanse for the day. And then number two, with the basil, I want to bring in and invite love into my life, right? And sometimes you got to do a little things to kind of give it a little boost, cleanse, and make sure you don't have anything kind of sort of lingering around, right? Today's topic is impasse. Every time I said the word empath today, it posted impasse. So I'm like, okay, this reminds me of a couple of things in a couple of situations. So I am going to, let me tell people to, click and watch. Okay. So there are a couple of things that came up. I just remembered another book that I need. Okay. Let me grab one more book. So I'm going to read what the definition of an impasse is. We're going to talk about it. We're going to educate ourselves about it. Apparently, this is a time of year where some people may be having an experience with an impasse. Okay. And then later on tonight, this evening, if you can, tune in on Enlightenment and Awareness Academy, because we are going to have Enlightenment and Awareness Academy teacher and student, Mr. Tony Ferrari, and he's going to be talking to us about forensic psychology. So if you have any type of questions about types of people, history about relationships, things like that, we're going to do like a really quick version at 17 p.m. Central Standard Time. So you can come in and ask all your questions. So for about 30 minutes, we're going to have a dialogue. And then, if there's enough attention and everything that we want to do that, then we'll bring that back and we'll make that a regular segment, okay? But I want to introduce him to you guys as a teacher, and I want to give him leeway to be able to go in and go live and have these conversations with you guys, especially if you are empathic. You definitely want to sit in on his class today, okay? And gain all the information and insight that you want. Hey, Bernetta. So make sure that you share. Let me invite a couple people that I know. They'd be like, Tina, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't? So I'm going to send out a couple of little invites, and then make sure you tag or share or send this to somebody's inbox, because somebody may need this. You just don't know. All right, here we go. So I'm going to start off with reading the impasse, but as usual, I'm going to do my disclaimer, okay? During the reading, I may understand, you may not. You may understand, I may not. We both may understand during the reading, or we both may not understand during the reading. I'm going to ask that you respect my perspective, and I will also respect your perspective as well. Okay, if the message that you are receiving is different from the one that I am providing, it is quite all right. Okay, please share the message, because it may be for me or it may be for someone else. Okay, and I encourage in the interaction here in Enlightenment and Awareness Academy. Okay, make sure that you don't use these readings as a form of therapy or advice. You've been blessed with the gift of discernment. Okay, so take the information you need and throw the rest away. So the first thing we're going to look at is, it switched on me. me read the definition. The definition of an impasse, and that's IMPASSE, impasse, is a situation in which no progress is possible, especially because of disagreement, a deadlock. That is what an impasse is, okay? An impasse is a situation in which no progress is possible, especially because of a disagreement or a deadlock. Now, this word was first introduced to me when I was doing a reading for a young lady, and in my animal spirit guide book, I asked her, what are you afraid of? And she said spiders. She said she was afraid of spiders. So I'm going to read to you the portion in which it said for spiders, as the spirit animal, what came up. And this is where the word came up, right? So here's the very first thing that I read to her. I said, if spider shows up, it means, and if you're like, do I have a spirit animal? This is how, you will know. Good morning, Cedric. Good morning, Tariq. Hey, Akil. Okay, so this is how you would know. This is how I tell people. It's not necessarily the right way, but it's my way, okay? And you can create your own. But if there is an animal that you love, like some people love dogs, right? Okay, so you have dogs. Some people that have dogs as their spirit animal, they love them. Or you have some people that are afraid of dogs, okay? And so you see dogs all the time. Good morning, Michelle. Or you see dogs all the time, right? These could be indicators of God or the universe or whatever your belief system is sending this animal through for you to see, or you're dreaming about him or thinking about him to maybe go look up to see if there are additional messages, okay? So for her, I felt the need to ask her what animal she was afraid of, okay? And so she said spiders. When she said spiders, then we ended up coming to this word impasse that came up. So the first thing I read to her was, if spider shows up, it means this is an opportunity to access your deepest wisdom and assimilate it so that it becomes part of your daily living. During that point in time, that young lady, she was wanting a change in her life. She was severely depressed. And that morning, matter of fact, when I contacted her to see, hey, what's going on with you? She was wanting to commit suicide. She was contemplating it, and something kept telling me for like months, Tina, contact her. But because I was at an impasse with her, right? Impasse being a situation in which no progress is possible, especially because of disagreement, because her and I had a disagreement. We did not believe in anything. I had basically severed ties with her. I had cut her ass all the way the fuck off, okay? I had cut her all the way off. But there was an energy that was just pulling on me, and it's like, Tina, you got to help this girl. And I'm like, don't want to. So for 2 months, that energy just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And at that point in time, I was so new to energy, I didn't understand how to create boundaries. So just because somebody asks for your help doesn't mean that you have to give it to them, okay? And at that time, I didn't have a connection with other readers, so I didn't have anybody to refer her to, really. I didn't understand how it all worked. So I prayed about it, and I said, God, I tell you what, because my deal with God is this. If you want me to work for you, and this is just how I told God, because I got mad one day. I'm like, I'm tired of trying to help people that don't want my help, but I can see what's going on, and I can see they need help, but they don't want my help. I said, so this is what I'm going to do, God. I tell you what, this is what I'm going to do just for you. I'm going to negotiate with you, God. This is what I'm going to do. Anybody that prays to you, that meditates or asks for help by any dynamic, and they are ready and willing to make a change in their life, if they're ready, God, send them my way. Now, the way I'm going to know is because I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel that connection, right? And if I feel that they're coming to me, but I'm their gateway because I need to get them to somebody else, then show me that too. Have you ever had to help someone that you was like, didn't I cut you off? And you felt like you didn't want to, but it's something that was like, you really need to do that. That's how I was feeling that day. But I learned some things on that day as well. So it wasn't a total loss. So when I called her, I was like, God, I'm finna call her. And when I call her, if the voicemail come on, I'm hanging up. I ain't leaving no message. I ain't finna talk to her or nothing. I'ma call. If she don't answer, that's it. I can say I did my part. Have you ever made a deal with God or the universe? Have you ever did, the angels, whatever your belief system? Have you ever made a deal with them? Like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, but if it don't happen, boop, I did my part. Right? Have you ever done that? Maybe I'm the only one that has ever done that. So I'm like, hey, good morning, Gerald. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to call. I don't even think that damn phone rang a half a second. And the fact that her and I had an impasse with each other, we had a huge disagreement. I guess she gave 0 fucks and picked that phone up. And she said, hello. I was like, what the hell's going on with you? And I sit there and I listen to her talk. And I was like, okay, well, do you believe in spirits? Do you believe in God? Do you believe that people can see things about you that you can't even see about yourself sometimes? Do you believe that? And she was like, well, yeah. I said, okay. Well, that's what this phone call is about, because as you know, my loyalty is to God and myself and God. I put myself first, but something just kept telling me to reach out to you today. And now I understand why and why it was so pressing. So I'm going to do God's work, and I am going to do as I am led, and I'm going to do a reading on you. And it was one of the very first readings I did. I did 3 hours of reading on her. It was overwhelming. It was too much, but she kept wanting more, and then she kept wanting to stop. So the impasse came up, right? So the impasse, when I read to her, this is an opportunity to access your deepest wisdom and assimilate it so it can become a part of your daily living. I said, it's real simple. It means that you need to change your life right now. So you scared of this spider, which means you are scared to change your life. And you know what? It's going to come a time where you are afraid to make changes in your life. And it's okay to be afraid, because you're going to have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. The next one says, beware of any potential traps or ruses that you are tempted to get involved in. During that time, this young lady was a part of a group that I was no longer associated with, okay? And the group that she was a part of, I said, these people are just using you for your body, okay? There's no benefit in it for you. It's toxic. It's a toxic relationship. You're saying that you want to have this divine relationship with this man, but it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to come of this relationship. It's going to be toxic, okay? And because I knew who the guy was, I really didn't want to speak on this. You feel what I'm saying? Because it was hitting a little bit too close to home. So the next thing I read, it said, rather than staying stuck in this apparent impasse, okay, open your mind to the infinite number of possibilities that are before you and make a choice. So when I read that to her, I said, you know what? I'm not even going to go into detail on this one. I'm not even going to touch it. But what I am going to say is the relationship that you are in right now, the romantic relationship that you are in right now, I'm just telling you, you're at an impasse. Do you know what an impasse means? And she said, well, no, I don't know what an impasse is. I said, okay. I said, so I went back and I said, read impasse is a situation in which no progress is possible, especially because of disagreement, a deadlock. So you're in a romantic relationship that is going to come to nothing but misery and grief. Okay? Oh, but then I'm just now getting your comment. Sorry. I had to look over here. It's not putting it up here. So if you stay in this, and I immediately saw what was going to happen. I saw what her choices were. Hey, Latoya Boo. I saw what her choices were. And I also saw where it was going to lead to. If she left the dude, I saw the life she was going to have. And I was like, okay, well, she have an opportunity to redeem herself and give herself something different. But if she stayed with the dude, I also saw what was going to happen with that result. Because I did not want to provide that piece of information, right? All I said was, I'm going to read this to you again now that you know what the impasse is. And I said, it says, rather than staying stuck in this apparent impasse, open your mind to the infinite number of possibilities that are before you and make a choice. Okay? Make a choice. You say, hey, now, sorry you're late. Baby, you right on time. Okay? No problem, Toy. So anyway, I told her she needs to make up her mind about that situation. And I was not going to tell her what her paths were. Because at that time, I was feeling a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? It was hitting too close to home. Okay. So after we did that, we went into a lot more readings. So then at the time, I didn't quite know how to explain to her what was going on in the situation, right? And then I came across these Romance Angels cards, right? This deck, right? This Romance Angel cards deck. And there's a card in here that would come up quite frequently when I was going through some things. Now I know how to explain the impasse, okay, of that relationship. And it's called, let me get over here to it. It's called the unrequited love or unrequited, depending on how you want to pronounce it and depending on how you want to say it. Okay. It was that unrequited love situation. Let me see. Trying to get these comments to pop up, but you know, Facebook don't want to let me be great. It's okay. So here we go. Good morning, Eddie and Lori. Okay. So unrequited love or unrequited or unrequited, however you choose to pronounce it. The short version means there's one person that is loving the other person more and it's not being returned. Okay, so when you have that situation, you have that unrequited love situation, it causes you to be at a impasse. Now, most of us have been in this situation where we're loving the other person so much and we feel like maybe if I hang from the ceiling, maybe if I make my ankles my earrings, maybe if I go and cook in the kitchen, maybe if I fix the car, maybe if I take the car to the car wash, maybe if I let them have another person on the side, maybe if I, just break myself down and do everything that they want and just submit wholly to them and do whatever they want. Maybe they will love me back in return, but no, because that person gives zero fucks about you, right? In the unrequited love situation. But what they will give you is a waste of your fucking time, right? That's what they will give you, okay? That's what they will give you. Okay, Tina. If I'm at an impasse, how do I get out of this impasse? How do I recognize an impasse? What, Tina, what the heck is an impasse anyway? Okay, we can read it again. Okay, we can read it again. So the impasse is a situation in which no progress is possible, especially because of a disagreement. If you're telling the person, I love you, and I want to be with you, and you say, then the person said, and you say, what? And you know what? Do you love me? And they like, man, you focusing on the wrong thing, man. Or why? You know I love you. Okay, so what do you love about me? Man, I love you. You're probably at an impasse. If the person say, well, I don't really know how to express myself, but I love you, right? Okay, so if you're in that situation, that person may not know how to verbally express to you how they feel. I found a way around this. Watch this. You figure out something that the person likes and you watch their energy. Okay? It's not being sneaky. It's not being sneaky. This is an empathic way of double checking this energy level. If you are not trusting what you're what you're hearing, and you're not trusting what you're seeing, Kuan Yin says, trust your instinctual side, right? Your physical response, right? Your intuitive side's up here. Your instinctual side is the physical response you feel. So what I do is I say, do you like fruit? Oh, yeah, I like fruit. Oh, you do? What fruit you like? Ooh, I love me some watermelon. You do? What do you love about the watermelon? Man, you get the watermelon, especially if you get the one with the seeds, you sprinkle a little salt on there. Oh my God, and then when you bite into it, it's like the juice is just like all over your face. The juice is all over your face. It's just good, man. It's juicy. That watermelon, man, look. Man, my mouth watering just talk about that watermelon. Is it? Wow, that was good. What if I could get you some watermelons today? Would you want? You gonna give me some watermelon? And they get excited, man. You get some what? You get the high pitched voice. You get that watermelon? Yeah, get you some watermelon, man. You want some watermelon? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So now that I know that you love watermelon, now I want you to express to me in the same manner, that same energy that you got about that watermelon. I want you to tell me how you feel about me. That's when you get hit with but that's different. So you mean to tell me, good morning, Trina, Felicia, you mean to tell me you get more excited about a watermelon than you do me? I think we had an impasse. I think if you can't even explain to me verbally and or context clues show you, okay? So Tina, what is the things that you love to do, Tina, that this person knows that you love, that he could do for you? Shit, we living together. He know I like to come home and just one day I'd like to come home with candles in the bathroom and in the bathtub, and I want to chill. I want to chill. Okay. Does he ever do that? No. Have you said it to him? Well, yeah. How many times? A bunch? A little? A lot? Quite a bit. Have you done it? No. Have you done it for him? Well, yeah. Do you know the things he likes? Well, yeah. Have you done them for him? Well, yeah. Would he tell me? Oh. How does it make you feel, Tina, when he doesn't do things that you like and he doesn't do them back for you? Well, it don't make me feel good. It makes me feel like he doesn't love me. Oh, well, if it makes you feel like he does not love you, if that's what he's making you feel like, why don't you just trust that feeling? Well, because he's saying he loved me. But is he showing you? Do you feel it? Did you see how excited he got about that watermelon? Did you see that? And then when you asked him, do he love you like, he loved that watermelon, he didn't have no response for you. Why are you making a choice to stay in that situation? Clearly that situation is at an impasse. Do you think that the longer you stay with him, Tina, or anybody that can relate, that's going to make him want to be with you more? No. You've done this already. In every relationship, it didn't work. So this is what we're going to do. So for those of you that are at a certain impasse in your life when it comes to a romantic relationship, right? This is what I'm going to advise you to do. First, be honest with yourself. Second, learn your definition of love and how to recognize it. Okay? Third, create boundaries. This is the third one is just as hard as the first one. Definition of love, meh. You might can figure that out. Hey, Yolanda, you might can figure that one out. But when it comes to that boundary, what if I create a boundary and he leave? What if I create a boundary and he don't like it? What are you afraid of? Are you more afraid of being alone? And be honest with yourself. Are you more afraid of being alone? Or are you being afraid that you're going to find out that that person does not love you the same way that you love them? That is the unrequited love situation. This goes back to being honest with yourself. And it's very challenging to accept that someone that you love and care about so deeply does not feel the same way about you. But if you're honest with yourself and you go back to the very beginning, you can see from the beginning this person didn't feel that way. People are like, no, in the beginning they weren't like that. Blah, 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 blah. They were this. I never knew. Yeah, it's always somewhere in there. Maybe the flag wasn't the same as the last relationship, but there's always a flag somewhere. It may look different. The flag may not look red this time. It may be blue, and because the flag is blue and not red, you may be missing it. But I promise you, once you see one red flag, so to speak, once you see one red flag, they're going to keep happening. They're going to be just different. Especially if you are empathic and you know you are empathic, you have a responsibility to yourself to protect your energy. Well, Tina, you make this seem so easy. I know. I know. It ain't. I have challenges and go through it too. I'm just as weak as the next human being at times. And then I'm just as strong as the next human being sometimes. I've been in situations where I've been with people for years trying to convince them that I'm a great woman. They deserve love. What I'm finally realizing is it's not up to you to convince somebody that you're good. It's not up to you to convince somebody that you're worth having. They either see it or they don't. And if they do not see it, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the name of the young lady. Y'all forgive me for this description. I don't know how to. I don't know her name, but she's singing a song that everybody likes right now. She's a heavy set black lady, young beautiful lady, and she's singing this song that everybody likes. I can't think of what her name is, but they had a picture of her yesterday, and she was at some event. And she said she had the world's tiniest purse. Like literally she was holding the purse like this. Like it was like this tiny. And they asked her, why did you have such a tiny purse? Why'd you have such a tiny purse? And her response was, because this is how much room I have for the fucks that I'm giving out. So in other words, I ain't got no room for no fucks to give. And there's even a book. There's an audio book on YouTube that talks about not giving a fuck. There are speeches on TEDx about not giving a fuck. But it's easy to say about not giving a fuck. And challenging to do. Bernetta says, any advice on how to know if you are an empath or literature to read? Lizzo. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Yolanda. Lizzo. That's her. She had that little bitty tiny ass purse. She said, they said, why you carry that tiny purse? She said, because this is all I have rooms for fucks. None. Zero. She had room for it. That was her. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Bernetta and Yolanda and Toya. Y'all know I said, shit, I need to get me one of them purses so that when I'm feeling that way on the day, they're going to be like, Tina, what's this purse for? For how many fucks I'm giving out? Is it any in there? What you think? Yes. Okay. So, Burnett, I'm gonna answer this, and then I'm gonna wrap it up because I've got an appointment at 10:30. And if you guys need any appointments, I don't need to leave today for work until about 1 o'clock. So if you want a reading, I got you. Okay. But you can book it on the appointment, inbox me and let me know, and I can update the time. And because you might need one sooner. So any advice on how to know if you're an empath or literature to read? Okay. Here's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Here's the easiest, squeeziest way. If you've ever been feeling a certain way, let's just choose like a upbeat one. Good morning, Dre. Good morning, Ginger. If you ever been feeling like upbeat, and then let's say you walk into somebody's house or there's a person coming, and then all of a sudden you like, what is that? The hell is that? You're feeling energy, right? You're feeling the residue of the energy that's already there if there's no one in that space, which means you have the ability to read into the past. Or if somebody is coming in, that's present energy that you can read, and you're feeling that like, where's that feeling coming from? And it's not you. That's how you know if you're empathic. If you've ever thought about somebody and next thing you know, your phone ring or you call them and be like, are you okay? And they're like, oh my God. And you like, oh, they be like, girl, I was just thinking about you. That's empathic. You're in tune with that person's energy. You have a connection with them. You are empathic. Okay. Most people that are severely compassionate, or they're givers, or you make statements like this. I love to give. I don't have to receive. I mean, if I receive, it's nice, but I don't, you're probably empathic. If you are severely empathic and highly sensitive to energy, I love you guys because I have tons of those as my friend. I'm like, ooh, what this feel like? They be like, Tina, stop doing that. But if you're the person that doesn't like to be around large groups of people and energy, and you're introverted, I don't like people. It's not that you don't like people. It's just that you have not created boundaries for yourself to be around people because you're feeling all their energy. Have you ever seen people that they're like, I don't want to touch that. You be like, girl, here, touch this. They be, I don't want to touch that. Empathic. They can feel the energy before they touch it. You have another form of energy, which is called psychometry, where you can pick something up and you can touch it, and any energy that is in there, you can feel it from the previous people that have touched it. It is a real thing, right? That's why some people don't like touching stuff from people that have passed away, because they don't want to feel their energy. So that's how you would know. That's the short version of how you would know if you're empathic, of which I'm creating a class for that. I already have a class. I've taught it, but I'm going to do it on Zoom. So I will be teaching that class for a small fee to start off, so we can get a room of people. We can get that going. So hopefully that will help you guys understand the empathic part. Hopefully you guys got some wisdom off of the impasse part. I know I was a little bit passionate about that part, but sometimes you end up, the bridges that you burn, you end up sometimes having to rebuild that bridge to go do something to help someone that you really didn't want to help, but you end up seeing something different. Because I will tell you, when I did that reading was not about her. That reading was all about me. And what I mean was, it was all about me, for one, learning how to trust myself with reading energy. For two, her and I were both at an impasse in our relationship. So we had that particular connection. Okay. So I learned from that. At the time, I didn't realize Anytime I do a reading on someone, I have a connection with them. And so there, I either am that person, I was that person, or I'm about to be that person. Okay. Those are the stages that I'm in. If I've ever done a reading on you, you best believe I have a connection with you in some type of way. I either am you, I was you, or I'm about to be you. One of those situations. And if you've made a connection with me, it's because you either are me, you was me, or you about to be me. It's just how it works. You attract what you are, what you're around. And so the people that I'm attracting into my life right now are people that are ready to grow. They're ready to move forward. They're wanting love in their life. They're wanting success in their business. Hello, Tony. They're wanting to be happy doing what they love. They want to create travel. These are the people that are being brought into my circle right now. So if any of this description is hitting home with you, it's probably why you're here, because you're ready to grow, right? So I love you guys. Y'all have an awesome day. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you guys. So the basil, when I told you guys I did my bath water, let me hurry up. I won't be late. Let me see what time it is. I got 3 minutes. Okay. So what I did for my bath today was I did the apple cider vinegar in my bath, and that is for cleansing and purifying all the gunk off. Okay. And then I did the pink Himalayan salt because I want to recreate ocean water for me, right? Okay. And then I put the basil in. Basil for me represents love, compassion, being able to communicate and understand in a loving and kind way, right? Me having that experience with that person I did not want to help, I had to show all the compassion in the world. I had to push all my shit to the side to do that. Takes a lot of strength. Some people may look at it as weak, but I didn't look at it that way. So basil, and you can, basil you can get in your kitchen, fresh or dried. I just used the little, from the dollar store, basil, sprinkle some in there. But the gender is masculine, so helping with that masculine energy, gaining that strength. The planet Mars, okay? And in the book, the planet Mars represents courage, strength, lust, sexual potency, exorcism, hex breaking, and protection. Courage and strength are the two that I gained. Those were my intentions when I got in my tub, to have courage and strength to get past an impasse that I'm almost all the way out of, okay? And then the element of fire represents lust, courage, strength, exorcism, protection, and help. So in the fire aspect, having that lust does not mean sex. Lust means the power, the drive, and the initiative to be able to do so, but doing it with wisdom, okay? And then the powers are love, exorcism, wealth, flying, and protection. Flying, I would love to fly, out of body experience, but love and wealth and exorcism. Now, exorcism by Scott Cunningham's book does not mean demons and all that. It just means releasing the things of the day, releasing the things that are no longer serving you a purpose. Just release. That's all. So that blend together, the salt, the water, the vinegar, the basil, cleansing out and putting in courage and love and lust to get things done, and just great stuff, right? Being able to see things clearly. Hey, Venom, being able to see things clearly. Okay. Now, here's the main key to remember. This is why Italian people are so happy when they use basil. The scent of fresh basil causes sympathy between two people, and this is why it is used to soothe tempers between lovers. It's added to love incenses as well. So there you go. Get you some basil. Get you some basil incense. If you've got, especially if you're in an environment with other people and you're having a little bit of a tough time, or maybe you need to get a pot of boiling water and sprinkle you some basil and let the aroma just kind of go. Put it on low to simmer, throughout the house. Okay, that's what I have for you guys today. I love you so much. Make sure that you compliment at least 5 people a day, because you never know whose life you can change. You never know whose vibration you can raise up. And you never know what door of opportunity you can open up by simply paying a compliment. You guys be great, be wonderful, be amazing. My name is Tina Wolf. Bookwithtina.com is my website. If you need a one-on-one intuitive reading, I got you. You need crystals and stones, I got you. If you're in the DFW Metroplex area, you need massage, come get these hands, I got you. Y'all be great and be safe on these holidays, okay? Love you. Bye-bye.